Marc, Broom, thank you for joining us back here at Merchant Taylor's after an incredible win over Yorkshire. I mean, really, really tight, ebbed and flowed all the way through. What are your thoughts on that performance?
Yeah, you kind of summed it up there. It ebbed and flowed all the way through. From a coaching perspective, it's the best game of cricket we could have hoped for, with the outcome that pleased Middlesex themselves. But that's the sort of cricket that's going to make these girls better, without question. There wasn't a time in the game where Yorkshire let out pressure, and that's what we need to do, without question. We need to be involved in those games of cricket. I thought we got off to a rocky start, and Yorkshire were outstanding with the new ball and bowled with a skill that we're looking to get to with our seamers. We have the ability, it's just that consistent performance. But I thought Pippa's knock was almost perfect in the way she played it. To start off from where she was literally just solidifying one end, making sure we weren't going to lose a wicket for a period of time, looking to rotate strike and build the foundation, to then go on towards the end of the innings and start hitting fours through cow, through mid-wicket, ramping the seamers, and it was just an unbelievable knock. And I know she didn't get 100, but it was worthy of 100. One of the best knocks I've seen this year.
I mean, yeah, to talk about Pippa more, I mean, she was absolutely incredible. We've spoken before about her age and the maturity with which she plays at, and also the middle and lower order playing their part well. Just a word on that.
Yeah. So Pippa will get all the praise, but without question, Gaia to start off with, then Hannah, then Katie and Sarah. The way those two went about their innings, Katie and Sarah especially, you could see from the outlet that Yorkshire were getting stuck into them verbally, which is absolutely fine and brilliant. I think it's brilliant to be involved in hard cricket. But the way they held their composure, the way they just blocked out the ball and then looked to get Pippa back on strike. If they don't play that way, Pippa doesn't get 98 not out, we don't get 180 odd, and we don't get the opportunity to defend it. And we talk a lot about the importance of 8, 9, 10 Jack, and how they have to be so worthy of their roles and have such a great understanding of their roles as lower order batters, tail ender, whatever you want to call it. I call them game finishers, innings finishers. They were outstanding, those 4 batters, and provided the support that Pippa needed to go and excel.
And to go on to the bowling effort, I mean, again, ebbed and flowed, but 4 for Hannah and Izzy, and Sarah's got to be mentioned, 19 from 10 overs. I mean, what a performance that was.
Yeah, Hannah has come on as a bowler tenfold and is now bowling with the skill that we knew that she had, and that ability to bowl the ball that drifts in and then kicks on. And she got Duckworth with an absolute beauty, an absolute ball that she bowls, and only she can bowl. But she got the big wickets, without question. She got the big wickets, and she got 4 of them. So without those 4 wickets falling, we don't get their 4 main batters. Izzy just goes unnoticed and takes a 4-fer. Just runs up, puts the ball on the spot, doesn't do a great deal, but just puts it on the spot. But Sarah's performance with the ball, again, will go unnoticed. But she bowled 65 balls, and 52 of those were dots. Now, without that pressure, without that threat from one end, the batters then have to go against the spinners. And the spinners then take all the wickets. So the spinners get all the praise, they take 8 wickets between them, but it's because of the way Sarah bowled and the way Sarah dried up one end that the batters have to find an outlet from somewhere, so they look to go against the spin, and they got out. And that is why we talk a lot about bowling in partnerships, not just batting, but bowling in partnerships. And Sarah's performance with the ball was just exceptional. And it meant that we could defend the score the way we did.
Now, of course, top of the table, unbeaten in the competition, and Derbyshire this weekend, back home Merchant Taylor's where we are right now. What are your thoughts going into that matchup?
Very, very happy to be back at MT's. The girls love playing here, I love being here. We want to make this another fortress. We got Radlett as our main fortress because we played a lot of cricket there at the start of the year. Now we finished with 2 games at Merchant Taylor's, so now this becomes our fortress. So Derby probably haven't had the best start to the 50-over campaign, but to me that means nothing. They are still a quality side that will have a point to prove, and will feel that they can come up against someone that is top of the table at the moment. This might not last, but at the moment we're top of the table, and they've got nothing to lose. So bowlers will come out and look to bowl their best balls. Batters will come out and just look to play their shots. And I think that they're going to be a threat, to be honest. I really do. When you look at tables, you think, oh, well, they're going to beat them. I think that's absolute nonsense, if I'm honest. I think that's absolute nonsense. Any team can beat anyone in this division, and it's been proven. It's been proven. So our girls have to be focused. They have to be clear in their plans. They have to play extremely smart cricket, and they have to play their best cricket to get the result that they want on the day.
Of course, we announced earlier this week the retirement of Natasha Miles. I mean, an incredible servant for the club. Just a word on her going.
There's not a lot of words that describe Tash. She is, without question, an exceptional player who has had an exceptional Middlesex career, has devoted so much of her time to Middlesex. The amount she had to go from Hong Kong back to Middlesex, back to Hong Kong, back to Middlesex, and she does it with a smile on her face. She's a natural leader within the group. The girls have got so much respect for her, and when she talks, they listen. She gives such good advice. I think she'll be an amazing coach, and I've already told her that. I think Hong Kong cricket will have been taking on a real good coach there if they take her on, and they should take her on, because I think she could probably run the programme, to be honest. We're going to miss her massively. We obviously haven't had her this year, and she has been missed. It was brilliant to have her back for the game. I know she didn't get the runs she wanted, but as soon as she went out, she played a cover drive for 4, and you thought, yeah, Tash is back. But we've got her for one more game. Got her for tonight's training session, one more game. She will give 150% like she always does. I hope that on Saturday she goes out and puts on a show as a final farewell to Middlesex cricket. But she will always be a Middlesex cricketer. She'll always be welcome back, and we're sorry to see her go.
Thank you very much, Broomy, and all the best for this weekend.
Thank you very much.